I think it's good every now and then to just catch up with all of you and talk about what it is that I'm enjoying at the moment and what fragrances I've been wearing. But what are my favourite fragrances that I've been wearing right now? I'm going to be talking to you today about 5 designers that I've been wearing quite a lot recently that I'm really enjoying. They're my favourites, I'd say, right now in the past couple of months that I've really liked. A couple you've never actually seen me talk about before, and some, of course, are familiar faces. So we'll go from 5 to 1. From number 5, I'd say, is what I'm definitely enjoying, but all the way to number 1, which is probably my favourite designer that I've been wearing right now. So let's start with number 5. This is Boss Bottled Intense. I'll give you 3 guesses who put me onto this fragrance. Timmy from Imagine Scent goes on and on and on about this one. I think that he says that he has it by his bedside. I don't know why. That's a bit weird, a bit strange, but who am I to judge? Yeah, it's Boss Bottled, but with a plethora more of different spices. It's dreamy. I do get what Timmy means by that, especially the dry down. There's this dreamy, sweet, musky spiciness that is definitely different and makes the original Boss Bottle look kind of one note and a bit sort of one-dimensional. And I think this problem has occurred for a little while, actually. With Boss Bottled, it does smell dated, it does smell as though it's from the 1990s, but this one is a lot more uplifting, a lot more sensual now than the original, and just that spiciness gives it a little bit of more of a knowing, a little bit more of a confident kind of vibe. Apparently this one has been discontinued. I can't confirm that right now. All I know is that it is, I think, on Notino for quite a low price. Of the release of this video, this is still widely available, but if it is discontinued, then yeah, I'd go for it and get it whilst you still can. Number 4, from one Hugo Boss to a second one. This is Hugo Boss The Scent Private Accord, and this has been talked about by myself a little bit more recently since I got it, but it's that bitterness, it's that bitter cocoa, like just biting into a dark bitter cooking chocolate, which isn't actually a very pleasant experience, if I'm honest. That, along with some coffee that gives it a little bit more of an edge as well, especially with that bitterness. It can be a bit too intense as it glides down. What I really appreciate about this one is that the bitterness is there, and then it sort of glides down and slides into something that is a little bit more reminiscent of the scent fragrance, and especially of that of Absolute. And it's very designery, and it's very mainstream, and it's very casual, and it just works. But that opening with the coffee, with the chocolate, and with a tiny bit of that fruit as well, just is something that I keep coming back to and back to a lot at the moment, and I'm really enjoying it. Number 3 is this. This, of course, is Emporio Armani Stronger With You Intensely. I love this in the autumn. I love it even more in the winter. I've been wearing this consistently throughout the colder months. Just a tremendous amount, really. With this is very sweet, but not too sweet, not over the top. It's verging on it, but this has got caramel, hazelnut, a lot of different kind of nutty kind of textures and scents in here. Not really any cocoa, it's more vanilla. A hell of a lot of vanilla. With the original Strong With You and Strong With You Freeze, they're kind of dialed down, and I suppose to some people that's fine. Freeze more so than the original, but this one is just hedging its bets and going for it with its scent and with its sweetness, and that's to be admired and to be enjoyed quite a lot. And yes, I really like that. And when it's really cold, right now it's 2 degrees outside centigrade. When it's like that and it's clear day and there's the blue sky and you really feel that frost and crispness, this really battles that, and it's just such a fantastic companion to that setting and to that weather. So this has been great. Number 2 is Givenchy Gentleman Eau de Parfum Boisé, I believe. Now, this is something else. I really enjoyed Gentleman Cologne, and I've tried the original formulation of the Givenchy Gentleman. I realised that this was so good, I thought, wow, the whole line is pretty damn good. In fact, I even put it in my recommendations when I talked about men's lines for 2021. I did that video. I'll put a link to that up in the little box. This is a woody iris that does not smell like Dior Homme, thank goodness. It doesn't smell like Valentino Uomo. This is its own animal. And it's got this like ink depth to it with the woods, and the iris is just used so tremendously well. And of course it becomes powdery, but it's not like Dior Homme at all, really. Dior Homme is very florally and fluffy, and it's kind of like somebody's kneaded the scent in a way. This is a lot more richer, a lot more darker, and it has got this kind of like, you know, the ink from Silver Mountain water. There's a bit of that, which makes it quite balsamic. Chris told me that he got poor performance out of this, and I almost didn't buy it. In fact, I went for the 50ml just in case, but I really, really wanted to try it because it sounded so good. I've not really had any performance issues. I can still smell it after about 6 to 8 hours in cold weather, and I was surprised by that. I was sort of bracing myself, oh god, this is going to suck, this isn't going to work for me, but it's been fine. It's been fine on me, but a few people have mentioned that. A few people have said that the performance is not good, so please be aware of that. I consider myself quite lucky, and I don't want to take it for granted, but this is something that really ticks a lot of boxes for me. Somebody who's a Dior Homme lover, a Dior Homme Intense lover, who enjoys the scent of iris. This is a really, really welcome addition to my collection, and now I wish I'd had the 100ml, but trust me, once this 50ml is gone, which I could imagine won't take too much time because I've been wearing quite a lot of it, the 100ml is definitely something I'm going to be getting. But my number one favourite designer right now in the past couple of months has got to be this. I know, I'm unbelievably late to the party. I've smelt it a handful of times beforehand. I didn't actually think much of it, but I remember thinking it's good, and I saw it on sale on Notino, and I thought, just go for it. And I did, and holy hell, this is somewhat reminiscent with the tobacco and the fruit. It's somewhat reminiscent of Pure Havane. I would choose this any day of the week and twice on Sundays. This is great. The tobacco is very rich and quite a little bit more smokier than I thought it was going to be, especially for something that is a big designer house like Paco Rabanne, but it has a little bit of smoke, has a little bit of char, and then it has the cherry kind of sweetness. This isn't necessarily a clone of Pure Havane or anything like that, but it's definitely hanging around in the same DNA and the same ballpark, pretty much the same street almost, but there are differences. Pure Havane is thinner, a little bit more translucent, and I don't really get the greatest performance out of Pure Havane. I enjoy it, but it's thin. This one is rich, this one is powerful, this one is thick. Of course, it would have to be, it's a 1 million fragrance. But yeah, this one, I've been wearing this consistently. I've just been wearing this one a lot, and I've been wearing this quite a couple days in a row, and especially when you have a big fragrance collection, that's an uncommon thing. But it's very wearable, it's very powerful, does really well with the cold weather, very enjoyable, and so it just ticks a lot of boxes, and I don't know what to tell you, it's just something that I've really enjoyed, and that is ultimately what this whole gig is about. So I'd say that these right now are my 5 favourite fragrances at the moment. That list changes pretty much on a monthly basis, but yeah, I've been rocking these ones for the past two months, maybe just a little bit longer. So what have you been wearing, and what have your favourite designer fragrances been recently in the past couple of months or so? Let me know, and everybody know down below in the comments. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'm the Fragrance Praise. I'll see you soon. Bye.